Have you ever wondered, like, why am I me? Like, I am this perspective, like this specific perspective, out of any person, animal, hell, even like bug, bird, plant, fish. I'm this person. I'm a person for one, and I'm this specific person. I'm looking out of these two eyes right here. Something is inside my head, like looking out, and obviously, um, this differs in beliefs. Like it could be literally just my brain producing this conscious experience, and it's literally just that. That's like the materialistic view, or it could be like a soul, like in like what a lot of like religions believe. Like we all have our own personal like soul, and we're just on our own like separate journey. And obviously, like there's variations to that, like reincarnation and just all that stuff. And then there's like other spiritual claims, like oh, we're just a part of like a collective consciousness and stuff like that. But anyway, whatever it is, there is something like one of those. Could also be like something we can't comprehend, but most likely it's just one of those that I listed, like looking out of my two eyes right now. Like I'm this person, like I have free will to at least some extent, because like poopy butthole, because I wouldn't have done that if I didn't have at least some degree of free will. Obviously, some things were predetermined, like my personality was predetermined. My brain wiring was predetermined. My interests, all that stuff, was a product of my upbringing and was predetermined. So, all in all, there's like something looking out right now that, and we don't know like what this something is, but it's like I'm playing this character. Like this character is me. I can only control this perspective. I can't control any other perspective but this specific body right here. Not my mom, not you watching this, not literally just not anybody. And it's just really fucking crazy when you really think about it, because a lot of people, they don't think about this kind of stuff. At least not to my knowledge. Maybe they do, but it doesn't really seem like it's on people's minds that much. I mean, it's possible maybe they just think it's taboo. They don't want to get into it. This, that. Obviously, this isn't something I would bring up to people, unless like we were already on the topic of something similar. I'd be like, hey, isn't it just crazy how not only is there something, not only is existence like here, but I'm this subjective perspective and not any other perspective, which is something that like I just wouldn't really talk about, because I don't think humans are naturally biologically programmed to talk about this kind of stuff. Because like imagine if they did, if they did, like society would collapse. Like people would be more focused about these questions than like survival. So I feel like people don't really like bring up this kind of stuff too much. But anyways, it's just I've had these thoughts since I was like 12 years old. But every time they come back, and it's like reoccurring, it comes back. And the reason why it reoccurs is because I have OCD, and OCD basically, like when you have a certain theme, that theme, it gets really intense. You start questioning everything related to that theme, and my theme just happened to rotate back to existence. And it started when I was 12. I had another one at like 14, had another one at 16, had another one at 18. I had another one a few months ago. And each time it comes back, it gets worse and worse. Because the thing is, back when I was an early teenager and before that, I already thought I had things figured out. And what I mean by this is, I was born and raised Catholic. My mom was Catholic, my grandma was Catholic, my dad came to church when he could. Looking back, I don't think he truly was like religious. I think he was more like kind of agnostic too. But he still came just because the rest of my family was Catholic. But anyways, within Catholicism, they have their own set beliefs. Like they're content. They know what's going on. Like like I knew what was going on back then, and I would have conversations with my mom about this when I was a kid. I basically knew like, oh, there's a God, there's a heaven, like we have souls, we go there when we die, and there's a reason why I'm here, So, I mean, not only was my young mind kind of not really too capable of questioning existence, but I already figured that everything was in place, and like I didn't have to worry about any of that because everything was just set, you know. Like I said, I was there for a reason, all of that. So that was the nice thing about growing up religious. And then one day, or not even day, it was just gradual. I just started questioning more. It started out just stuff like, oh, well, what if there is no God? Like, and then my first existential thoughts were stuff like, oh, like, so that means there's literally nothing after death, and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's a lot to really think about. It's a lot for the mind to handle. The only reason why my mind can handle thinking about this stuff, and sometimes it can't. Sometimes I kind of start freaking out a bit, but it's just that it's just kind of normal to me now. I've thought about this kind of stuff a lot. Um, it's pretty crazy when you think about it. I mean, that's why a lot of people like turn to spirituality and Buddhism, because I mean they give people meaning. But all in all, like nobody, like literally nobody, people can't claim to know anything from psychedelic states. People can't claim to know anything from just really anything. You know what I mean? So it's just we can't know how reality works because we're inside reality. We can't step outside reality and compare existence to something outside of existence, because this is all we know. Like, this is all we know. Like, this is all I've known. Like, this is my perspective. Like, I've just grown up knowing nothing but this perspective. Like, all my memories, this is who I am. This is who you are too. All your memories, like, everything leading up to you watching this, like, literally, like, you. And I feel like, in a way, I can kind of step outside the box and think, like, like, shit. Like, this is just all so fucking crazy. But in the end of the day, I go back to my life. Like, I have a sports car, I have a job, I have friends, I go back to my life. I'm able to forget this stuff for a bit. Then when I'm alone, or whatever triggers it, because, I don't do drugs. I've never, believe it or not, like, I've never even smoked weed. Like, you might listen to the stuff that I've been talking about and think, oh, this guy's probably high right now. I've never fucking done weed, and the reason why is because I've always known my mental state was a little fucked up, and I didn't want to risk myself, going like crazy or anything, because I knew that shit would fucking happen if I knew there was at least a risk of it happening. So I never done weed, never done psychedelics. Only substance I've ever done was alcohol. And yeah. So I lost my train of thought, but I think I put enough thoughts. That's like almost 9 minutes there. Oh yeah, like I was just saying, I just kind of snap back to my life, and I feel like most people, they're already snapped in. They stay snapped in. They don't really zone out too much, maybe unless they do psychedelics or whatever it takes. But yeah, that's all I can really say. So if anyone watches this, thank you for watching this. And if I make more videos, I don't know if it'll be on this, but I just wanted to like express my thoughts. Maybe somebody else with existential OCD can relate. There's just so much mind-blowing stuff to really like think about. Like it just feels like you're going crazy, but in states where like you're not like freaking out about it, like your anxiety levels aren't high, it can be honestly pretty fucking cool in a way. But that's my 2 cents. I'm gonna go back to living my life. I'm gonna try to snap back into my ego. And I'll see you guys next time.